Hey folks, David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. You know, I get asked a lot through email that traders will say, or they will ask, how come you always put videos out about your winning trades? How come you never put out the ones on the losers? Well, A, that's not true. I do actually put out some videos on the losing trades, but there's two other reasons why you don't see a lot of them. Number one is we don't have a lot of losing trades. That's number one. We do have a 79% win rate, and that's published. Okay, so about 20% of the time, we do lose on trades. Nobody wins 100% of the time, so there just aren't that many. And the second reason you don't see a lot of videos on losing trades is because when we lose, we like to hide under the desk as traders. That's just the way it works. But in this video, I want to show you some really important stuff. So this morning, we had 5 potential trades, and we had 3 trades that actually either triggered or were heartbreakers. And what I want to do is I want to go through the trades today because there's a learning opportunity in each and every trade from today. One, we got stopped out, okay, but it worked out anyway, but the record is the record. You have to acknowledge when trades get stopped out, even if it works out 5 minutes later, which was the case, okay? And then we had some heartbreakers that we're going to talk about, but there's a takeaway lesson from those. And that's why I want you to pay attention. It's very important that you see the power of numbers, and that's what I'm going to show you tonight. And then we had a very small winner, and we had another heartbreaker in the same stock. So the first one we're going to look at, which is a winner and a heartbreaker, all wrapped up into one, a very small winner nonetheless, was Las Vegas Sands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to a 1-minute chart. But before I even do that, I want to show you the email that went out to subscribers this morning so you can see what the possibilities were that came out at 9:15 in the morning. So here's the email that went out to subscribers that subscribe to get my gap trades each and every morning. Okay, and this is also everything that's taught in my course at LazyGapTrader.com. Some folks took the course and get my gap trades. Some folks just get my gap trades, and some folks just took the course and don't get my gap trades. You can do anything you like. So today we had 5 possible trades: Las Vegas Sands, Mattel, ServiceNow, American Express, and General Motors. 2 didn't hit their levels. American Express and General Motors didn't hit their levels, so they're off the board. It's a no trade, no harm, no foul. Las Vegas Sands, you can see, was a gap lower, and I said support levels are 47.19 and 46, and then I even gave another one after that. Mattel, we're going to take a look at, and ServiceNow we'll also take a look at. But first, let's take a look at Las Vegas Sands. Here's the stock. We're going to go over to a 1-minute chart. So here's a 1-minute chart, and the stock's gapping down at the open. You can see here where yesterday's close was, and the stock's gapping down at the open 8 or 9%. Before the market even opens, those traders that took the course at LazyGapTrader.com understand how to get these levels, and I also provided the level of 47.19. And as you can see, the stock for about 5 minutes consolidated above 47.19, finally came into it, and then it actually had a bounce, but not a big bounce. We said in the email, we said the stop and profit target was about 40 to 45 cents. This one bounced up to what was it? 47.54, which is a gain only 2 minutes later after it pierced the level, which is a gain of only 35 cents, but nonetheless, it's still a win. Now, I don't expect everybody got the full 35 cents. I understand that. But when a stock is up 35 cents on a $47 stock, from the point in which we enter the trade, nobody should take a loss on a trade like that. You immediately have to at least put a break-even stop in or trail your stop. And these are some of the things I teach in the course at LazyGapTrader.com. So all in all, I made about 12 cents because it did come back and stop me out. But it's still not a loss, and that's fine. Some are going to be much better than others. But nonetheless, it was a winning trade, albeit very fast and very small. But here's the other one. Let's talk about the heartbreaker. So let me go over to a 10-minute chart, and we'll look at a heartbreaker. So the secondary level, if you remember from the email, was $46. And $46, and here's where you need to pay attention to the power of this strategy and the power of understanding gap trading. So it came down and made a low on this candle at 10:30 in the morning of $46.01. $46.01, and then took off from there. And now by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the stock was at a high of 47.75. By the way, that's $1.74 from the low, and we missed the trade by a penny. That's about a 3.8% gain in just a matter of a couple of hours. But the reason I wanted to show it to you is it shows the power of the numbers and how we calculate the numbers on where a stock is likely to find support and resistance. And that's something I teach in my course at LazyGapTrader.com. So sometimes we don't miss them by a penny, and sometimes we do get the $1.75 gain, $3 gain, $2 gain, whatever it is. Sometimes we do get these large gains in a short period of time, and we don't miss them by a penny. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this one in particular. Let's take a look at another one real quick, and we'll look at Mattel next. So I gave actually 3 levels on Mattel today that were seen in the previous email I showed you that went out to subscribers. The first level was $29.92. And as you can see, we don't even have to go any deeper than the daily chart. As you can see, Mattel made a low today, and I think this is off the screen, but the low was $29.95. The number's off the screen. The point is that this one also, another heartbreaker, it missed by 3 pennies. But just to show you the power of these numbers, even though it was a missed opportunity, and we don't cry over spilt milk, it is what it is. But look what happened after that. Within the hour, Mattel was $31.75 for a possible $1.80 gain, which is about 6% from the bottom. We missed the trade by 3 cents. It's a heartbreaker. Somebody might have gotten the trade, was front running, and that's okay. But the point is that we don't miss these all the time. Sometimes we do catch those, and 6% gain in an hour in a stock, $1.80 on a $29 stock, $30 stock is unbelievable. Remember, sometimes we don't miss those. I teach this at LazyGapTrader.com. This is the power of numbers. These ones today just didn't exactly work out in our favor, but it still shows you how powerful these mathematical levels are. So what if we miss by a couple of pennies? A lot of times we don't. And there's one more I want to show you tonight, which is ServiceNow. I have to show you the losing trade, but the losing trade, we can still have a positive takeaway from it because, again, it shows the power of how strong these numbers are. I gave 2 levels, $73.98 and $75.37. Now, the stock opened above the first level, and one of the things in my course is I teach why not to take that trade. So nobody was in the $73.98 trying to short this stock at $73.98. But the $75.37 was a good level also, and you can see here it traded so fast. In fact, I'm going to go down to a 1-minute chart real quick. You can see how fast the stock traded up and above that level, right through it. Went a little bit higher, too high. In fact, it was more than our recommended stop loss order. So therefore, technically, and it's booked as a loss, but you can see what happened after the fact. Just minutes later, before 10 o'clock in the morning, the stock was at a low of 73.21 that would have represented a 2.8% gain in that stock, $2.16, but technically we were stopped out, and I understand that. The point is again, it shows you the power of the numbers where I show you how to calculate resistance and support, and you can see how the numbers don't lie. These numbers are, in terms of support or resistance levels, are like grips on the market, and they work 80% of the time, and that's no joke. That's the track record. It's a 79% track record. Anybody in their right mind would take a trading percentage win rate of 79%. And you see some of the wins that we have. You can go back to prior videos and you see how small we keep the losses. So it's a tremendous opportunity. Come over to LazyGapTrader.com. Learn how to do this for yourself. If you want my gap trades each and every day, you have an opportunity to sign up for those. I'll even give them to you on a 2-week trial. I'm David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. Please come over, check out the course. Thanks for tuning in, folks.